it's time for another Expanding on Expansive weekly tips and teachings. I'm Anna Gatman, and I'm going to dive straight in to today's topic, which is how to find all the answers you are looking for. How to find all the answers you are looking for. It's a big promise, but let's try and break it down and see how it's possible. Because the post that I'm referring to is a post that I posted today, and it's from the Expansive method. And what it says is, all the answers we are looking for are available to us when we expand our consciousness. All the answers we are looking for are available to us when we expand our consciousness. Now, we might not like the answers we get. We might not want them. We might refuse them and say, that's not what I wanted. I must not be hearing the right answer. I must not be getting an answer yet because I don't like what I hear. But all the answers are available in the larger, spiritual, expansive, spacious reality, what Deepak Chopra calls the field of pure potentiality. Because that's where the answers are to the potential of what's possible to create in your life, in your world, in my world, collectively on our planet. And so I want to do something different today, and I want to read today's reading from a book that I read every day, and that is Eileen Caddy's. It's an old, shabby book. Eileen Caddy's Opening Doors Within. 365 daily meditations from Findhorn. So Findhorn is where I had my so-called spiritual awakening, or not so-called, it was a spiritual awakening completely. And Eileen Caddy was one of the original 3 co-founders. She's passed away. And I've been reading this book daily for 15 years now. And today's reading just fit perfectly to what I want to talk about and what we're talking about today. And I put in the bio, I put a link to, if you click on it, it'll take you to the book. If you've heard of the book and this is a message from the universe, you got to get it, then there's a link in the bio. And if you're going, wow, I'm curious about this book, I really like it, the link is there in the bio for you. I'm showing you the book again. The new version has a different cover than this one. This is an older one that I have from 15 years ago or so. So the reading today says, from January 13, it says, without faith, you cannot travel the spiritual path. Without trust, there is no love. And without love, life is empty. Open your heart and keep the love flowing. No matter how difficult life may appear to be on the surface, rise above your outer conditions and circumstances into those realms where all is light, all is peace, all is perfection, and there is no separation. You have to make the choice to do it, and then you have to do it. It's a really important piece. You can listen to all the teachers you want in the world, you can get inspired, but if you don't have your own intention, and it's the new year, so it's time to have intentions, and then go do what you intend to do, you'll just be consuming spirituality from others' experience, but not creating your own. So allow nothing from without to depress you. See that glorious silver lining behind every dark cloud and concentrate on it until the cloud is no more. Learn to soar like a lark, up, up into the heights, singing songs of praise and thanksgiving. Be not anchored to the ways of the world, to the materialism in life. It is the ways of the Spirit that matter. Start right now to live by the Spirit and walk in the ways of the Spirit. And so, by the way, these daily meditations come from messages that Eileen Caddy received from what she called an inner voice of God that she heard through her inner divinity. And each one of them is beautiful, and we could do a whole hour just to unpack everything that it says here, and we'll see what we can get to in this short time here today. So when you walk on this spiritual path with faith, so the first thing is Without faith, you cannot travel the spiritual path. So you create an intention. You don't know if it's going to happen or not. Whatever you intend to do hasn't happened yet. So you might have a lot of certitude that it will, or you're sure it will not happen or will happen, but you don't really know. So whatever assumptions you have about it, you have, but it hasn't happened yet. So you need the faith. So to walk the spiritual path, you need the faith. Now imagine you're walking on a path, on a physical path in fields. There's a tree to the left, there's pink flowers to the right, and you're taking your first steps, okay? They say, there's a proverb that says that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, right? And so you're taking a first step. That's your intention. And you're doing it. You have an intention and you're doing it. The trees to the left, the pink flowers are to the right. You keep walking. The tree's now a bit behind you. There's new scenery. The flowers now are turning from pink to yellow, for example. You see, the scenery changes as you take action and you move through this spiritual path. And so you'll have new information that will be available for you, and you'll have new quests and new intentions and new questions that you want to have answered in order to decide how to walk on this path. But you need to take that step. You need to have faith to take the first step and each step. You need trust in order to feel the love from the universe guiding you. And you need the courage to walk into the world, realizing that any step, you might think you know what you're doing and every day is going to be the same, but you don't really know. Things can change like this for the better as well. Not just an accident, like good things can happen instantly as you walk about a routine day. So, you know how Deepak Chopra talks about the field of pure potentiality. That's the field where all the potential can be, right? And all the answers to the questions that we have, to the personal challenges we have, personal problems that you have, that I have, that everybody has, as well as collective ones, planetary ones. The answers are in this field of pure potentiality where all the potential is. And when you create more spaciousness and you expand your consciousness, and then you practice the second key to spiritual material balance, which is attentive listening. So you don't want to effort to find an answer, but you want to listen attentively. You're going to get intuitive guidance, either from the outside through a miracle or a synchronistic event, or it's going to happen internally, an inspiration, a creative insight, a heart sense, a gut knowing, an inner knowing, whatever you call it, either from within or without. If you listen attentively and you create more spaciousness, you open yourself up literally to a larger field of information, a larger field then of possibilities, and therefore a larger field of solution and of answers. And so that's how you can get all the answers you want and all the answers you are looking for by just creating this spaciousness and opening up to a larger field, and then allowing the universe to come back to you, because you're seeing a segment of the wholeness. We're all just seeing one segment, a part at a certain size. The more spacious you are, the more spacious your consciousness, the larger the piece that you can see, and then you begin to have intuitive knowing. But the universe is so much larger, more complex. And so allow the universe to speak back to you, because it has more pieces of information that you hold even when you're expansive. And so allow it to give you more information as you're walking on that spiritual path, and the tree changes and the colors of the flowers and the light changes and the path itself changes. And then you just interact like this back and forth with your environment. As the information changes, you ask new questions, you get new answers. And that's how you walk the spiritual path. That's how you start the year with intention. And that's how you can, through this expansiveness and spaciousness, get answers to any question that you have. Now, I want to speak to when you feel like you don't get an answer. And that happens to me a lot. So you're not alone if that's what your feeling is. Many times I get an answer and it's not the answer I want. That's not what I asked about. That's not what I want. I'm stubborn. Strong personality, stubborn. I know what I want. This is not happening. Something else. I just got an answer that's different. Sound familiar? And then you say, I'm not getting the answers. Anna said that all the answers you're looking for are in this expansive, when you expand your consciousness, what Deepak Chopra calls the field of pure potentiality. All the answers are there. And I'm not getting an answer. Well, you're not listening attentively. The answer will come. Or you're not liking the answer that you are getting. And I know that experience. Because I have some logic in my head that only this answer is what I need to get. I'm just wanting to know how to do it or how to get help from the universe. But I'm getting a different answer. And it's like, I don't get how doing this is going to take me here. Now, I'm not getting an answer. The universe is not talking to me. I'm not expansive enough. But an answer came. I just didn't like it. I just thought that the universe didn't really care about me to give me an answer that I wanted. But I got a perfectly good answer. And if I let the universe work through me, and my word for this year happens to be flow, and allow the force that creates worlds to flow through me, let's see where it'll take me. I am so stubborn that probably I can't even imagine how it's going to take me to where I want to go, but you know what? I'm not where I want to be anyway, so why not go with the flow? Why not go with the answer I did get? So if that's familiar to you, that you are not getting the answers that you want to get, just see, are you spacious enough? Are you listening attentively? Did you get an answer and did you just feel like, that's all I got? All I got was flow. All I got was take time off to rest. All I got was something that's never going to take me to where I want to go. It's like we so discard the answers, but the answers come so quickly, so often. And we just don't like what we hear. So we move on and say, the universe is not talking to me. This is not working for me. So try this, see how it works. And the most important thing is, to take the first step, and every step you need faith. And you need trust in your heart in order to move forward. And you need to do it with love, with care for yourself, for the world around you, for your world. As it says, without love, life is empty. And a really important piece is when it says here, you have to make the choice to do it. Whatever that it is, your intention or the answer you got. And then you have to do it. So I hope this video and my message and the message of Eileen Caddy are inspiring to you and will make you go have an intention or ask a question from the universe, get an answer and say, okay, well, this is what I need to do. Most of all, I wish for you that you go do it. That you go do it, because that's when you're going to feel the satisfaction that you are living and manifesting your own spiritual life, and that these laws work. They're not just words to listen to from someone who is teaching them. They work. So, it says here, allow nothing from without to depress you. Now, there's enough of what can depress us today with everything going on in the US for sure, but the whole world is going through a huge transformation. So there's a lot of external circumstances that are not favorable for us. And we need to really create favorable conditions in order to live through this in the best way possible. And it is possible if You see that glorious silver lining behind every dark cloud and concentrate on it until the cloud is no more. That's not putting your head in the sand or saying, oh, there's no hardships in the world or it's not happening. But it's seeing the good in it. What opportunity is there? So maybe the good is not the right word because it might be misunderstood, but it's seeing the opportunity. Okay, this is horrendous what's happening to me in my life, a friend's life, collectively, socially here. But what's the opportunity here? In everything happening, there is an opportunity. And that's the answer. So if you're going, I am so desperate, this is so awful what's happening in the US, in the politics right now. What is the opportunity? What is the opportunity happening here that you can participate in to make your world a better place, to make our world a better place? So look for the silver lining, the opportunity. And at that moment, while there might be pain and hurt and anger, hold them, but also hold the silver lining, because the silver lining is the answer that you are looking for. So it says at the end, start right now to live by the Spirit and walk in the ways of the Spirit. And that is what spiritual material unity is all about. It is tapping into what Deepak Chopra calls the field of pure potentiality. It's tapping into an expansive state of being, which another word for is spaciousness in your body, in your heart, in your belly, your crown, in your jaws, just a spaciousness in your mind, in your heart, in your being. Asking a question, listening attentively, seeing what answer comes from within or from without. The answers come usually quickly, and then pay attention if you're discarding the answer because it's not what you wanted to hear, or it cannot be enough, big enough or important enough, or you don't believe it's going to take you where you really want to go. Have your little wrestle there with God about yes, no, and then decide what to do and move forward on this path with the tree, the flowers, and keep walking. And as you walk, the scenery will change. The field of information will change. You will get feedback that's different from walking, from your senses, internally, spiritually, intuitively, and you'll have more questions to ask as you walk on the path. And then you'll just keep walking like this with new questions, new answers, new questions, new answers. And you will be living a glorious, glorious life with true spiritual material balance and true spiritual material abundance. So I leave you with that. I bless you. May you get all the answers you are looking for. May you be able to expand your consciousness. If you have to wrestle with what you get as an answers, take your time to do that, but at some point let go and just move forward and trust, have faith and trust and love in your heart. And I will see you next week with another Expanding on Expansive weekly tips and teachings. And just one more time, if you are interested in this book, I did create a link for you in the bio where you can go and buy this book. It is a gem. And if you do like the reading I did today and you want to hear more readings like this, leave me a message, a comment. And because I had this idea maybe to do a daily reading like this live, but it could be a lot to do, but something exciting to do. So just if you have an opinion about it, and if you liked it, leave me a comment. Blessings for a wonderful rest of your day.